Welcome back to the Mad Spider-Verse. I'm Mad Spidey, and once again, thank you very much for tuning into my channel. As I did say in recent times, I'm going to try and we'll go hashtag not campaigning, but I'm going to try and ramp up my statue videos just a little bit, because obviously the CBC awards are on again. Nominations are now at the so you can vote for your favorite channels and things like that. Last year I was nominated for best new channel. I literally just got into it, and the other one I got nominated for was best statue unboxing review, whatever it's sort of called. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what it's called. Went up again, so I was the only sub 1,000 channel. Everybody else was a big hitter, some real big hitters in there. Excuse me. But it was just an absolute honor to be nominated, especially with all those, the big boy channels. But I thought, I'm not really campaigning, but yeah, just if you could consider me for a vote, that'd be very greatly appreciated. So anyway, let's get into the video itself. Basically, I've done quite a lot of these episodes, but I still like to go through the usual rigmarole with saying that all my statues are from a company called Bowen Designs. Bowen Designs was the premier statue company back in the mid to late 90s to early 2000s, before all your sideshows, Nyan Studios, and all those sort of ones that are out now. Obviously there was other competition, but they were the premier sort of the one that everybody sort of wanted, because they were very sort of low runs compared to a lot of the other companies. But pretty much there was three different styles. So you had your mini bust, your mini statue, full-size statue. The mini statue was a little bit, I suppose, it was probably for more the budget collectors, I suppose, but they were basically exactly the same as the full-size statues. So I tried to become a completist with trying to get all of them, but obviously it's a lot of money and things like that. But I sort of narrowed it down where I'm like, I don't really need the minis and the full size, so I basically went to mini bust and full size statue. Now the last video I did a full size statue, so I'm actually going to do a mini bust this time. Now the other thing that I've mentioned before with Bowen Designs is obviously they did all your mainstream Marvel characters, because they had the license for doing Marvel statues at the time. They also did dive into a lot of the sort of lesser known characters. Not ones that appear in one comic book or, a couple of issues and then they died sort of thing. Even though there has been some of those. But yeah, some lesser known characters, your sort of B, C, D list characters as well, which was awesome because it made me learn about characters as well that I'd never ever heard of. And one of these characters, even though I'd heard of the character but didn't really know a lot about, is one of these particular ones that I'm going to show you with the mini bust. And it is actually Nighthawk. See, now Nighthawk was part of Squadron Supreme, so Nighthawk and Hyperion and those sort of guys. Started off as baddies, then I went to goodies, and they were anti-heroes at certain points and things like that. But getting back to the statue itself, or the mini bust itself, now obviously Bowen Designs has the very distinctive grey boxes. They also do with the mini bust that they don't do with the full-size statues is they actually give you, on the side here, they give you a synopsis of the actual character themselves. They will generally give you a picture of the first appearance book that they were in, or something sort of close to it, and then they will actually give you a more modern book at the time of release of the statue, the book that they've been in. But yeah, the synopsis and things like that, they don't do that on the full size. On the other side, obviously it gives you some specs, so how tall it stands, who it was sculpted by and things like that, as you can see. The other thing to note with this particular mini bust, or should I say, or with the series, they actually did two versions of it. They actually did a classic and they did a Squadron Supreme version. Now this is actually the Squadron Supreme version, which you can actually see just written there. Now the other thing obviously to note is all this stuff was limited edition, so they all had different runs. With mini busts in particular, most of the sort of more common ones, I suppose you could say, had runs from like 3,000 up to 5,000. I think some even went a little bit more, but yeah, some of them had quite limited sort of numbers. And taken to note, this actual number is actually worldwide as well. So this particular one is limited to 1,500 worldwide at the time of release. So anyway, let's open it up and show you what it physically looks like. All right, so obviously being a mini bus, it's a lot easier to get into. The other thing to note, which I show every single one, when you open up and get to the actual packing styrofoam, it will generally say up, or it'll have the Bowen Designs symbol on the actual thing. So when you open it, you know which way to open it. So, all right, we'll get him out. All right. There is Mini Bust himself. Nighthawk Squadron Supreme version. See, like, they don't generally do a massive amount of detail. Like, they still do very detailed, very awesome, but they generally go a little bit more detailed on the full-size statues. But some of the mini busts were really good, like that. It's quite an intricate base. And generally with a lot of the first phase, because I think they ended up doing five or six phases, you find generally the back was very less detailed, but obviously with a cape, they put some sort of crease and wrinkles and stuff in it to give it at least a bit of texture. And as I always note, so as I said, so this is out of 1,500, so this is 1,056, as you can see on the bottom there. Now I've never been phased about the number. I just wanted to get obviously one of each to try and become the completionist, but yeah, we'll just pop him there. So that is it for this particular video. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as I said, yeah, if just contemplate it. Quite happy if you obviously choose anybody else, vote for anybody else. But yeah, if you just at least contemplate nominating me for best statue unboxing review, that'd be greatly appreciated. So, but yeah, that'll do for this particular video. Hope you enjoyed it. Obviously do the usual YouTube stuff, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment if you want to, but most of all, please hit the subscribe button if you're not already. I'm getting closer and closer to 500. Hopefully I can get there sometime soon. Anyway, from myself and from Nighthawk, hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and Spidey out.